Hi, it's the middle of winter, and I know that the dry and cold weather is taking a real toll on everyone's hands. So what I wanted to do in this video is to talk about some of the best hand creams on the market for people with dry and sensitive skin, and also to talk a little bit about hand care strategies in general. And I have found a number of hand creams that I really like, so I'm happy to be able to share these with you. And if you're interested in taking a look at any of this information in more detail, then you can look at my website, which is called Living Clean in a Dirty World, and the address is livingclean.info. So let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is exfoliation. So exfoliation is a whole component of taking care of my hands that I missed for a very long time until just a couple of years ago. Exfoliation is really important because during the winter, especially if you're using hand creams, what you tend to get is a surface that's combined with skin cells and wax, and that when this happens, then if you don't happen to remove it, then the moisturizing components that you're putting on your hands really can't get down to the skin, and so it's really not helping you very much. So once I started to exfoliate on a regular basis, my hands started to react much better, and I had a much easier time keeping them in good shape. Now, for exfoliation, what I think that I have found is that it's less important exactly what exfoliating product that you use, and more important that you actually are exfoliating, and that the exfoliating products that you're using are not irritating to your hands because they have the wrong ingredients in them. So what I have done is that I happen to have a lot of products that I have tried on my face and that have been a little too rough, that the grains are a little bit too big, and I think that my sensitive skin is does better with either really fine grains or with a mild chemical exfoliant. So I happen to have a few products that I've been using that are intended for my face that I've been using on pretty much a daily basis in general, and especially over the winter, and these have been really helpful to me. This one is Burt's Bees Gentle Facial Scrub. This one's quite economical. I also have this one by Mineral Fusion, which is Skin Renewing Face Scrub. And I have this one by Aveda, which is on the expensive side, but quite nice. And this is the Botanical Kinetics Radiant Skin Refiner. And I think that all of these, they're really mild, but they do a really good job if I use them pretty much. At the end of the day, I'll use these and then I'll put some on some good moisturizer over that. Now, another product that I really like that's much more of a heavy-duty type scrub is the Udder Delight Natural Skincare Lavender Exfoliating and Moisturizing Salt Scrub. So I just got this from a small company in Colorado. It's almost like the kind of thing you might find at a farmer's market. But the ingredients are just sea salt, olive oil, rice bran oil, ground oatmeal, and essential oil. So this is a very thick product. It has a lot of oil and a lot of ground salt in it. So when I've used this, I feel like it does a very good job of quickly exfoliating my hands, and that if I had rough spots on it from doing work or calluses, I think that this would be an excellent product for that. Now, this particular product just has essential oil in it. It smells like lavender. This company does make some products with synthetic fragrance in it, which I always tend to avoid. So if you're looking to avoid that, then just be careful which ones you buy from this company. But I've been really surprised at how much I like this. I also have used some products with AHA type exfoliators in them on my hands, and these work really well also. So this one, for instance, this is also a little bit too strong for my face, but it has a really clean ingredients list in it. This is the Mad Hippie AHA Exfoliating Peel. So if I put this either directly on my hands, or usually if I mix it with a moisturizer and then just leave it on for a while as like a treatment or overnight, I think that this helps somewhat. As another treatment, this is a little sample that I got from Alpyn Beauty. It's a combination of a chemical exfoliator and a physical exfoliator. So it's called the Alpyn Beauty Wild Huckleberry 8 Acid Polishing Peel. Now this would be kind of expensive. I probably wouldn't buy it just for my hands, but since I had it around, I think it's been a nice little treatment for my hands. Now, for most of this video, I'm going to be talking about hand creams that people use during the day because that is the most challenging category of hand creams in my opinion. But I'd like to talk a little bit first about what may be the most important thing for me in terms of making my hands be in better shape, and that is what I do to my hands during the evening. So usually what I do, especially during the cold weather, is to put on a more heavier and more occlusive type of a hand cream at night so that the moisture has a chance to really sink in. Now, the first product that I used pretty much all last year and that my hands turned out to be in quite surprisingly good shape as a result is Honest Beauty Calm and Heal Melting Balm, designed for dry skin. Now, this product is actually designed for the face, and so it's a little pricey, so that might be a deterrent. But for me, it has worked well enough that I'm really inclined to keep using it, and I've started to use some of it this year. So it is a fairly thick product, and it has very clean ingredients, and I feel really good about this one. So as an easy balm that's not too heavy, but that is very kind to my skin and that makes me wake up with my hands feeling very good, this is a very good one. I really like Dr. Bronner's products, so this is the Dr. Bronner's Unscented Organic Magic Balm. This is a fairly greasy product, and so, but it certainly is very clean. It's all organic, and it definitely creates a lot of hydration on my skin that works well at night. For a scented product, I really like this Jones Road product. So this product has lavender oil and spearmint oil and a little bit of orange oil in it. So it's if you're sensitive to essential oils or you have a lot of cracks on your skin, you might not want to use this one. But it smells. If you really like scents, I think this is a lovely scent, and it's kind of sticky, and it moisturizes my hands really well, and my hands do, as long as they're not really cracked. My hands wake up really feeling in much better shape when I use this, and I like the smell a lot. Now, in terms of products that are more like straight Vaseline, so what I might do with these products is to put a little bit of some kind of a really moisturizing hand lotion or a little bit of oil on them, and then to put this right on the top. So the first one is Honest Organic All-Purpose Balm, and this is a little bit like petroleum jelly in terms of the consistency. This one is from Cocokind, which is another one of my very favorite brands, and this product is last I saw it was out of stock, but I hope it comes back in again because, again, this is a very good product in terms of acting like petroleum jelly, but not having the mineral oil ingredients in it. And then this one I just bought, it's called, off Amazon, it's called Maty's All Natural Baby Multi-Purpose Ointment, and it has just oils and wax in it, and this has worked really well for me also. So I think any of these would be very good substitutes for petroleum jelly in the winter. And then, so if I really feel like my hands need a little bit of extra, then I will take these little gloves, and I bought these just from Honest, and they're organic cotton gloves, and I just put the gloves on top of the Vaseline, or Vaseline alternative, and these gloves, they seem a little bit small to me, and I have fairly small hands. I have size 7, so if I had hands that were much bigger than this, I don't know that these gloves would work very well, but they're fairly comfortable, and they do seal in the moisture, and if I put this on, then my hands definitely feel a lot better. Now, the next thing that I found helpful is cuticle creams. So if I use a lighter cream during the day, if I have cracks or any kind of things on my hands that are need a little bit more help, then I will use some extra oil on those areas. So this is a product that I just got this year, and I'm really liking it so far. This is from Beekman 1802, and it's just called Cuticle Cream, fragrance-free. And it has a lot of sweet almond oil in it, which I think is a very nice, high-quality oil for my cuticles and for like any kinds of spots like on my thumbs that might get a little bit cracked. Another one that I've been using recently is this one, which is from Honest again. This is called the Magic Beauty Balm, and so I haven't really liked using this that much again on my face, but on my cuticles this has been a really good product. Lip balms can work very well as cuticle creams. So for instance, this one from Kosas is one that has a lot of hyaluronic acid in it, and I don't feel like I liked it very much on my lips. It has a lot of synthetic ingredients in it. But when I've used it on my cuticles, this has been terrific. I feel like it's much better suited to my cuticles than to my lips. I also really like this product, which is from Cocokind. It's called My Matcha, and I use this on my lips and on my skin. Certainly, I think this is the peppermint one, but certainly the Dr. Bronner's lip balms, these are terrific, and I think they make excellent cuticle creams, although I would stick with either the unflavored one or maybe one of the citrus type ones. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is sort of what makes a good hand cream. So hand creams, in order to be effective, especially for someone with dry skin, they need to have 3 different components. So the first one is that they need to have something that helps to bring moisture to the skin. So the most common ingredient for this is glycerin, and a lot of people really like glycerin, and it's in almost everything. And in another one is like hyaluronic acid, which I think is something that I particularly like putting on my skin. So some hand creams have that in them now. The second part is an occlusive. So an occlusive is a substance that helps to seal the moisture and the hydration into your skin so that it doesn't evaporate into the air. So almost all skincare, hand care products have either wax or silicone or both of those in them. The third ingredient, which some companies seem to feel is optional, are moisturizers, so oils. I personally found some hand creams that work okay for me, except they just don't seem to have enough oil in them. Then what you might want to do is to combine the hand creams with a little bit of some kind of extra oil. So here's a few oils that I have been using for this. This is called the Bybi Strawberry Booster, and it's made entirely out of strawberry seeds. It's interesting because it's kind of green colored, and I think that to mix with hand cream, it's worked really, really well for me. Both because I like the smell, it doesn't have any scent in it, but it's also kind of thick, so it mixes nicely and it stays on the skin nicely. And overall, and it's only, I think I paid $10 for this little bottle. So this is something that didn't have a lot of success with my face, but for my hands it's been terrific. I am also a big fan of marula oil. Now, Drunk Elephant sells marula oil, and it's quite expensive, and you might think that it's way too expensive to put on in your hand cream. But this is about maybe 1/5 the price of the Drunk Elephant oil, and I think that the quality is at least as good, maybe better. It's organic. It's from a company called Eden Botanicals, and Eden Botanicals makes a lot of different carrier oils that are intended to be mixed with essential oils, but that I think that are very good quality and that work very well for me, both as face oils and as oils that I mix with my various body and hand moisturizers. I bought a few products from Evanhealy, which have whipped shea butter in them. And I think that just using whipped shea butter, like on my face or my neck, that's a little bit much. But if I just take a little bit of this whipped shea butter and I mix it in with some of the hand creams that I have, then that makes a very nice hand cream that I think is rivaling any of the best hand creams that I've found on the market. But you can't use too much because shea butter does get really greasy if you go overboard. In terms of my holy grail of hand creams, once upon a time, back in the 1990s, I used to have near my house a store called L'Occitane, I think is how it's pronounced. And they made a hand cream that has 20% shea butter in it, and that worked really well for me. And at the time, I wasn't that concerned about fragrance. But over the years, I became more and more annoyed by synthetic fragrance, and this hand cream was particularly annoying. So eventually I gave up on it, and then periodically since then, I've been trying to either hope that they would come out with an unscented version or a version that was scented with natural fragrance, or that I could find a similar product from somewhere else. Part of the reason that their products were so problematic for me is because they included a substance called liliol, which is also called butylphenyl methylpropionol. So this is a particularly problematic fragrance that is it causes contact dermatitis and allergies, and just very recently was banned by the European Union. So therefore, L'Occitane did remove the liliol from their hand cream, and they put in just another ingredient that's just called fragrance. So I wrote to L'Occitane and I asked them if this fragrance was synthetic or natural, because I definitely am avoiding synthetic fragrances. And they wrote me back and they said, the Shea Butter Hand Cream contains 95% natural ingredients. At L'Occitane, we strive to use high-quality, traceable natural ingredients. We use over 20 botanical ingredients, a quarter of them organic certified, which are carefully selected for their effectiveness and their ability to give your skin the elements it needs to be beautiful. These ingredients are used at an ideal concentration in our formulas. We therefore systematically give priority to natural ingredients whenever possible. So then I wrote back to them and I said, well, you didn't answer my question, and I still am not sure if there are synthetic fragrances in this product. And then they wrote me back again and they said, we already answered your question. So I ended up buying this tiny little tube of the product just to see if it was more tolerable to me. And it really wasn't. The fragrance is still really strong. It's still clearly synthetic. It's still really objectionable. I don't know why they are so determined not to make any version of this product without any synthetic fragrance in it. If I look at Amazon, there are 16,000 reviews, and the product gets 4.7 stars. So a lot of people really like this product, but there are many, many, many reviews from people that say, this is a great product, it works so well for me, I just wish it didn't have fragrance in it. So other people don't like this fragrance either. So I made it my mission this year that I would try to find a substitute for this that would work just as well. And fortunately, I think I've succeeded at this. So at least that's one accomplishment for the year so far. So the first product that I have liked actually the most, and that turned out to be right under my nose because I had ordered many other products from this company before, just not this particular product, is the Honest Hand Cream with Desert Date Oil. So even though a lot of the Honest products do come in unscented versions, this one does not, but it doesn't have any fragrances in it that I think are really strong. The ingredients list for the sweet almond, it lists vanillin and limonene as among the ingredients. For the orange vanilla, it lists real vanilla and linalool, and the lavender, it lists lavender oil, vanillin, and linalool. And the fragrances are fairly mild, and they haven't been objectionable to me at all. And I feel like the product, other than that, it doesn't have any problematic ingredients in it, according to EWG. I have found them to be very moisturizing, to feel really good on my skin. I can use my computer right after I put the product on. And I think that overall I've been really happy with this. The main ingredients in this, Shea is the second ingredient. And there's also a little bit of cocoa butter, some avocado oil. There's no coconut oil. There's no other irritating oils. At $5 an ounce, this is a little bit less expensive, I think, than the L'Occitane. I would still like this product better if there were an unscented version, but still, I think that this product has worked really well for me, and I haven't had problems with it. And so I kind of don't feel like there's any real need for me to be buying anything else at this point, but I still will go over all of the other products that I've tried because I think some of those are also quite good. Now, for those who want an unfragranced product, then I think that this one would be the closest. This is from a company from France that's called Provence, and the name of the product is De La Terre Fragrance-Free Hand Cream, and it says on the label, absolutely no fragrance, no parabens, no sulfates, no dyes, and no phthalates. So I have been fairly happy with this product. I haven't had any problems with it. In this product, Shea butter is the second ingredient. There's also a little bit of sweet almond oil, which is another oil that I like a lot. And I've done fine with this. It's a little bit more expensive, and it does have those other chemicals in it. So I probably will stick with the Honest product, but this, for especially if you want no fragrance at all, I think this is an excellent product. Now, Pré de Provence also has a number of scented creams, so they have a whole bunch of them listed on their website. I have here the lavender version, and it has been fine for me. The lavender is very nice. Lavender oil is the only fragranced ingredient in this. But it does have a couple of different chemicals in it that can be problematic. So it has Laureth 7, PEG, and Cedareth 33. And those are all ingredients that Credo would not allow in any of the products that it sells on their website. And I have not had any problems with this particular product, but I don't know if I feel as good about it as the Honest products. It does smell fine, and they make a whole bunch of other types of fragrances for hand creams that look about like this. They don't list the ingredients on the website, and so it's hard to know exactly whether or not for sure they have synthetic fragrances in any of them. So if I were going to buy one of the other ones, then I would try to get the information from the company to make sure that they didn't actually have synthetic fragrance in them. Now, I just saw on Target just today another product that I think might be interesting. This is called Treated Tub Shea Butter Hand Cream. So I haven't tried that one yet, but this one has similar ingredients to the L'Occitane one or this Pré de Provence one. It has shea as a third ingredient. It also has a coconut derivative, cocoa butter, jojoba, and olive, and it just has lavender oil as the scent without any other fragrances in it. Now, another product that just appeared on the Credo website, they purchased this company called Follain, which is a skincare company. So this is Follain hand care products. In this product, shea is the fourth ingredient, and it also has some squalane, some almond oil, and some olive oil. In terms of the fragrance, they list rose oil as one of the ingredients, but to me it smells a lot more like oranges with maybe just a tiny little bit of rose in it. It does have a lot of orange extract in it, so that's not an essential oil. It shouldn't be as irritating. I think the smell of this is light and pleasant. I do intend to use up this product. I do like it a lot. Now, the last one that I have that is a shea butter based product is this J.R. Watkins hand cream. And this product lists shea butter as the second ingredient, and it has several different fragrances to it. The one that I have is lavender, but in addition to just having lavender oil in it, it also lists fragrance. And they wrote to me and they told me that all of the fragrances in all of their hand creams, they have several different kinds, that they're all natural fragrance, but it's still quite a strong fragrance and really stronger than I would like. And I feel that it's been a little bit irritating to my hands, particularly if I have a crack or something on my hands. So I don't feel like this product is as good in terms of being a gentle product for me. But on the other hand, compared to most of these other shea butter products, this is more reasonably priced. So that could be important for some people. So that's all of the products that are based on shea butter, but there are some other hand creams or other similar creams that I think are potentially useful for me and that I would be willing to use, particularly in some cases if I add some oil to them. This is Necessaire, the hand cream. This brand in general has quite high quality ingredients, and they're all unscented, and I think that they all feel really good to me. Now this cream, it does have a number of peptides in it, which are supposed to be good for keeping the hands looking younger, but it really has very little oil in it. And when I first started to use this product, I felt that it really was doing almost nothing for my hands. But after I started to add a drop or two of oil to it, I started to like it a lot. So I really think it's kind of on the expensive side considering how little oil it has in it. But on the other hand, it at least is something that I've been able to use and have felt good about it when I've doctored it up a little bit. Now, Necessaire also makes a body lotion. Now, the body lotion doesn't have those peptides in it, but it does have a higher amount of oil in it, and the oil that it has in it is Shea, jojoba, marula, and it has been a really good product in terms of giving my hands some moisture, and if I add some extra oil to it, that's fine, but I don't necessarily have to every time I use it. So this has actually worked better for me than the hand cream. Now, this product from Weleda is new this year, and it's an unscented hand cream. It's the first one from Weleda that is unscented, to my knowledge. And Weleda is a German company, and so they make pretty good quality products, but in the past, all of the products that I've been able to find have been very strongly scented. So this particular product, it's based on jojoba and coconut oil, and it also has some squalane and borage oils in it. And there's a little lactic acid, which I guess is serving as an exfoliator. I think that it's based on the jojoba oil. It's very light. It's non-greasy. I think it's a little bit less greasy than the Shea butter oil creams, but it's really not greasy at all. I haven't noticed any smell at all, and I would buy this one again. I like it. Now, another one of my favorite skincare companies is also from France. So this is called Typology. I've purchased quite a few products for my face. And then I've also purchased this hand cream, which is called 10-ingredient hand balm. Now, this product is based mostly on coconut oil, and it also has some sodium hyaluronate in it and a little sunflower seed oil. Coconut oil is not really my favorite oil for a hand cream, but I think that overall this has not been a bad product for me. It's a little bit expensive just for a hand care product with mostly coconut oil in it, but it certainly has been usable for me, and it's a very clean product, so I felt really good about it. It actually is almost exactly like this 9-ingredient face moisturizer, which is also from Typology. I think, again, this one would be fine. I haven't really liked it on my face. I've liked it more on my hands, so probably I'll use up this tube as a hand cream. Now, the moisturizer that I really do like from Typology a lot is called the Typology Nourishing Moisturizer. So this product has plum seed oil, coconut derivative type product, squalane, olive oil, sodium hyaluronate, a little bit of shea butter. It has benzyl alcohol, but I haven't found any problems in terms of it irritating. And it's been really great for my skin on my face. I think that plum oil is a really good thing for me. It works really well. And I also really like this on my hands. Now, we are getting into a high price when we use this one, but nonetheless, I like this so much that I might buy a larger tube and end up using it on my hands fairly frequently, because I think this is a really good product and I really like it. So, for those who think that $20 an ounce is way too much money to ever consider spending on a hand cream, and I probably agree with you, then I present to you a hand cream called Everyone Nourishing Lotion, long-lasting hydration for hands and body with coconut oil, aloe vera, and vitamin E. So this is the unscented version of that product, and it contains primarily coconut oil, and then a little bit of sesame oil is the moisturizer. Overall, I think it's quite clean feeling. To me, it does have a little phenoxyethanol in it. That's never been a problem for me, but some people do find it to be problematic. I think it's really more appropriate for use as a body lotion, but I think it's adequate for my hands, and it certainly is better than probably 99.5% of the products on the market. Now, this year, Burt's Bees launched a line of quite expensive and premium hand creams that are in these little metal tubes. So the one that is without any processed fragrance, it's called Burt's Bees Naturally Clean Hand Cream. So this actually does have quite a few botanical extracts in it, but it does, I haven't had any problems with it irritating my hands at all, so I've been happy about that. In terms of the ingredients, the main ingredients in terms of moisturizers are coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, baobab oil, watermelon seed oil, pumpkin seed oil, shea, jojoba, and a few other oils. And even though I'm not that crazy about most Burt's Bees stuff, I think that this is a fairly nice product. Now, there's several other versions of this product. And all of them have various processed natural scents. So for instance, I tried this one, which is the rosemary and lemon one. And this is really too strong for me, both in terms of how it smells, but more in terms of the fact that it's just a little bit irritating to my hands, particularly when it's the winter. Now the next product is from Beekman 1802, and this is called Pure Goat Milk Fragrance-Free Goat Milk Hand Cream. So this is one of the few fragrance-free products that Beekman 1802 makes, and you have to really watch out for them because in a lot of cases they have synthetic fragrances in their products and they don't say they're synthetic, but in this case it's totally fragrance-free, and I felt pretty good about it. It does have fairly little oil in it. It has a little bit of shea, a little bit of jojoba, so I definitely have to add oil to it, but at least it's kind of on the clean side. I think that this goat milk in it gives it a little bit of lactic acid, which makes it a little bit exfoliating. But in any case, I don't think I'm going to be buying this again. But in terms of it feeling clean enough for me to use it up, I think I can do that. It feels fine. Now the next product is actually a face cream, but I think it could be a really good hand cream, and it's actually not any more expensive than many of these hand creams. So this is the Overnight Renewal Nighttime Recovery Face Cream from Mineral Fusion. It comes in this plastic squeeze tube, so this would be convenient for hand use. The product has a coconut derivative, some sunflower oil, and hyaluronic acid in it, and then I think that because of the sunflower oil in it, it does tend to go rancid, and this product has started to go rancid for me. But I think that if I had used it up right away as soon as I bought it, rather than letting it sit around, I think it would have been a very nice hand cream. And then I have a couple more products that have small amounts of fragrance in them. The first one is the Juice Beauty Green Apple Age Defy Hand Cream. And this product, it primarily has sunflower seed oil in it, so I'm going to try to use this up soon so it doesn't go rancid on me. It also has a little bit of shea butter, jojoba, evening primrose, linseed oil, and borage oil in it. Now the reason that it's called green apple, I guess, is because it has apple juice and grape juice in it. It has a little bit of citrus oil and a little bit of wood oil, but again, it seems very mild, and I haven't been irritated by this product at all. And then this last one I bought because I thought that Manuka honey might be helpful to me in terms of any kinds of cuts or scratches that I might have on my hands. So the one, I'd spent a lot of time on Amazon looking at different Manuka creams, and the one that I ended up buying was this Manuka Soothing Cream. So this product has not been too bad for me. It has MCT oil and hemp oil in it, also sodium hyaluronate, cocoa butter, shea butter, and then in terms of the scent, it has a little bit of lavender oil and a little bit of carrot seed oil in it. It also lists colloidal oatmeal in it, but it doesn't seem to have a lot of colloidal oatmeal in it, and I seem to be fine with it. Okay, so next let's talk about products that I don't see myself probably using up and don't think that I'm going to ever be buying again. The first one, Honest has a new line of eczema products on the market. So they have this eczema cream, which says Soothing Therapy, and they have this balm, and both of these are supposed to have 1% colloidal oatmeal in them. And so I decided to give both of them a try, and I found both of them to be annoying enough to my skin that I don't intend to use them again. I think that what the problem for me is that oats, unless they're organic oats, are almost always contaminated with substantial amounts of glyphosate. And for some people, maybe glyphosate isn't that problematic for them. I think glyphosate is probably really problematic for a lot more people than know it, but that if you're not already avoiding glyphosate a lot in terms of your diet, that maybe your skin isn't worried as much about it, and because you're not as en masse. Now, I think that the reason that Honest released this product is specifically to compete with another product called Skin Fix Eczema Plus Hand Repair Cream. So this has gotten a lot of buzz recently, and I tried this when I was at the Sephora store. I didn't think it was so bad that I had to go wash my hands right away, but on the other hand, I had no desire to ever put it on my hands again or to buy it. So I Again, I think that it depends on what you're looking for, and if you don't have problems with oats, or if you don't know that you have problems with oats, then I think it could be something to consider, but that's not a product that I think is meeting my own personal standards. Now, the next two products are ones that I thought I needed to try out for this project, because people who watch a lot of skincare videos on YouTube or TikTok usually bring these up as the brands that they think are clean and that they think that I should be using instead of the ones that I'm suggesting. So the first one is Vanicream, and this is called Moisturizing Cream for Sensitive Skin, and it says free of dyes, fragrance, masking fragrance, lanolin, parabens, and formaldehyde releasers, gluten-free. And the main ingredient in this is petrolatum, so it's quite heavy and moisturizing for the skin. In addition to the petrolatum, it has a few other problematic ingredients that would keep it from being sold at either Clean at Sephora or at Credo. I think that of the mainstream products that I've tried, it's actually somewhat less objectionable than some of the others. It's not something that I would feel good about intuitively in terms of how it feels on my skin as being something that I would want to use on a regular basis. But I do think that because of the petrolatum in it, that if your skin is really dehydrated and this is all that you have, that it probably would be helpful to you, and it probably wouldn't be catastrophically irritating at any rate. Another product that's very similar to that Vanicream one, it's even the same color package, is the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream for normal to dry skin. It also has all of the same problematic ingredients as the Vanicream one, plus a few more problematic ingredients in it. Now, CeraVe also makes a hand cream, and I don't have that hand cream, but I do have this CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion, which seems to have a very similar ingredient list in it. The reason that I bring this up is because this moisturizing lotion and the hand cream both have parabens in them, and this is one of those products with parabens in it that feels really terrible to me. So I really don't feel good about parabens. Parabens are associated with endocrine issues, but mostly I just don't like the way they feel. They just make me feel like something I should not have anywhere near me. So my understanding of this brand Cetaphil is that it is particularly popular among Generation Z, and particularly popular among people that, first of all, don't want to spend a lot of money or don't have a lot of money to spend on skincare, and that secondly, consider themselves to be knowledgeable about skincare products, and that are looking for products that have what they consider to be good ingredients. So they have shea butter as the fourth ingredient listed here, and it's only $1.50 an ounce. When I first used the product, I felt that it was not anywhere near the quality of the high quality products that I was using, and I didn't feel that it was as good as the Everyone product. But I sort of felt like, well, I can see why people would think this was a good product, and there's a lot worse ones out there. But then I had this product on my hands, and then I happened to taste the product off my hands, and it just really tasted terrible in a very chemically and unusually bad way. Even more so than some of these other mainstream brands. So I kind of feel like if a product tastes that way, for one thing, I'm going to be tasting my hands, by eating food with my fingers or whatever. And secondly, I don't really want to put something on my hands that tastes so terrible to me, because I think it's probably not good for my skin either. Okay, so the next list is products that are scented that I don't think I'm going to be finishing up or using anymore. The first one is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream Intense Hydration. So this product is only very slightly scented with eucalyptus oil. I didn't find that to be unappealing at all. I think that was fine. And a lot of people do like this product, either for use on their hands or on their body or even on their face. I've tried it a number of times for all of those purposes, and I keep feeling like this is a product that I should like, but I haven't really liked it. This one does have a small amount of colloidal oatmeal in it, and so maybe that's one of the things that I'm not liking about it. But in any case, the name makes it feel like it's going to be really hydrating and really good for my skin, but when I put it on my skin, I don't feel like it's giving me much nourishment at all, and I definitely have to put some oil in this product. And it's kind of on the expensive side for what it is. Now, the next product is a Weleda product that's been out for a while longer. So this product is based largely on sesame oil, which is which is the second ingredient, and that's actually a oil that I like a lot. So I wish that I could use this product. I think the consistency of it feels very good to me. I think it might be a somewhat lighter version of the Weleda Skin Food, which is not a product that I've ever tried. But the smell of this is quite strong, and it has not only natural fragrance listed, but quite a few other processed fragrance ingredients in it, and it also has alcohol listed as the third ingredient. So for me, it definitely irritated my skin quite a bit. I don't know if that's the fragrance or the alcohol, but probably both of them. Now, this product is called the Burt's Bees Shea Butter Hand Repair Cream with cocoa butter and sesame oil. It really is based primarily on sunflower seed oil and sesame seed oil, which is not necessarily bad, but it definitely has the potential of going rancid because of all that sunflower seed oil in it. The shea butter is 7th on the ingredient list. This actually feels a little more greasy than I would prefer. And it does tend to be pretty irritating to any cracks that I may have in my hands. It has natural fragrance, and it's a quite strong fragrance, in my opinion. And it also contains alcohol. So again, as with that Weleda cream, I think it just has a lot of irritating ingredients. And especially if your hands are not in good shape, this is not a great thing to be putting on them. And the last Burt's Bees products that I have is called the Hemp Hand Cream with Hemp Seed Oil for Dry Skin. This product, the smell of this is quite strange because it has hemp oil in it, which I don't think is necessarily bad. But then they put all these other kinds of fragrances in it, and I think that between all of those, it just smells a little bit odd. And I think it might also be starting to go rancid because it's based again on sunflower seed oil. And it's been mildly irritating to my hands. So again, I think this is the fragrance issues. Okay, so the next product that I have here is the Birkenstock Natural Skincare Moisturizing Hand and Nail Cream. So Birkenstock is a company that I actually do like their shoes, but they also make a skincare line that really has frustrated me to no end. Because in terms of the ingredients, I think that these are really, really good products in terms of the quality of the ingredients that they're using. I think that the formulas are really good, but they also have very strong fragrance in them. And even though it's natural fragrance, and even though I believe that it's natural fragrance, it still tends to be somewhat irritating to my face, and this hand cream definitely does irritate my hands as well. This hand cream, which I have tried many times with the hope that it might be helpful. This is called Hand Relief Moisturizing Cream. And unfortunately, one, it has very strong fragrance. Again, natural fragrance, but too much for a hand cream, in my opinion. Second, it doesn't really have very much moisturizing in it at all. And then third, it also has several other ingredients in it that I think are problematic and that I would prefer to avoid. If there are other hand creams that have worked for your sensitive skin, or if you have found that you haven't done well with any of the products that I brought up here, then it would be really great if you could share that information in the comment section so that we can all learn from one another. In addition, if you're looking for more details, then you can look at my website, and the address for that is www.livingclean.info. If you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you very much for watching. And Coco and I love you very much. Bye-bye.